Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm the Gentleman and welcome to the Gentleman's Pixel Club from me as well. Today we are going to do something a little bit different. We are playing Space Invaders on the Sinclair Spectrum, but we're going to play another game very briefly before we get into the main event. So the Space Invaders that you can see on the screen on the right hand side are very important for this video because it is a Space Raiders game that we're playing, but we need to remember the origins of the original game. The cassette of this game is shown basically above me, but if you want a better view of it, it looks something like this. This was a cassette that you loaded into the Sinclair Spectrum, took about 30 seconds to load in, maybe a minute to load in, and you had your copy of Space Invaders. And when you think about this, you would have remembered Space Invaders from the arcade, and what I'm looking to do on this particular video is take you on a journey from what you first remembered to then show you what you got. So without further ado, let's get into Space Invaders, not Raiders. And this is Space Invaders. You can see it here right now. I've got it loaded in on Mame. I'm putting in a coin in, and we're going to have a quick go on this. I first saw this in the very early 80s, and that would be important because it actually came out in the early 80s, so I didn't have a time machine or anything like this. But this is what I would have remembered. This is what I would remember from playing in the cafe where I played it, and this was first seen in a cafe in Norfolk, probably about 1983, maybe 1984. And you know, a fun little game it was. It really was a fun little game, but I was only allowed to play it once. My parents, as I've mentioned a few times on this channel, were not into me playing video games or anything else like this, so they gave me a single. They thought they were being really generous, by the way. They gave me a single 10p to have a go on this, a single 10p to fight these bloody invaders, and it's that I remembered. Dying happened a lot quicker than what it happened now. I'm not even paying any particular attention to what we're doing here. So, you know, this was burnt in my memory. The game that you see here, which we're running on Mame just for the time being as these invaders go across, is what I remembered in my mind of what Space Invaders looked like. And then came the ZX Spectrum. The ZX Spectrum, one of the early games I got. I didn't get much for it, but because they believed I was going to be a bedroom coder and make them into millionaires, you know, do all the work for them and buy their houses for them and shit like that, and that clearly never happened. But one of the early games I actually got was Space Raiders. So let's flip across to Space Raiders on the Sinclair Spectrum, and I'll be right back. Give me one moment.
Flakiest milk chocolate in the world.
So you had a little bit of nostalgia there, a little flake advert playing, and this is Space Raiders. So I was so pleased when I saw this. I thought, oh my god, the words arcade conversion weren't in your mind, but I immediately knew what I was playing with this. This was before you had arcade conversions, licensed games or anything else like this. You just had many games that were rip-offs of what you saw in the arcade, homebrew games, local games that people had done and published, and this was one of the first ones I was given. But when I played this, when I fired this up, it was sweet. Holy hell, this is a good game, you know, and it reminded me exactly of what it should do. Space Invaders. Yes, the graphics are a bit more clunky, you know, the bases, you know, are a bit bigger. Look at all the damage I can do here before they get destroyed, but it works, and you're playing on a very different screen on the Sinclair Spectrum that you would have done on the original. But oh my god, you know, this was a great moment for me to have this running. I had seen the Atari 2600 version, and you know, I didn't particularly like that very much. You know, I never owned it. My uncle, who was he wasn't rich, but he was very much like me. You know, if you look at you know, the world then and the world now, you know, I buy things that I want for myself because, you know, I'm a big kid at the end of the day. This is why I've got this channel, and this is why I enjoy doing the kind of things that we're doing here. He also was a big kid, but technology wasn't as it was then. He had the Atari 2600. he had games like Adventure, dare I say, Backgammon, Space Invaders, and he had a lot of disposable income. And I actually can't remember what his job was, but he had a lot of disposable income anyway. So he brought these, he brought these kind of things, and I could go around there once in a while. And when I did, I absolutely loved it, and that was a nice shot that I did there. And I love this conversion that we were seeing here. I would say this is the earliest. I could put my hand on my heart and say this is the earliest version of Space Invaders that came out on the Sinclair Spectrum. It is the absolute earliest, but it is also the best. I don't think anything ever came out that was better than this in terms of what it was trying to do, what it was trying to recreate. They just hit the nail on the absolute head with this. And there were other games. There was other games in the series as well. There was Planetoids. Planetoids came out on the Sinclair Spectrum as well, and that was meant to be asteroids. I may do a version of a video where we flip between games like this. But what am I looking to do on this channel? Well, we are heading towards 600 subscribers at the time of creating this. I've always said that when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will start to do live streams. The reality of this, that is taking a bit longer than what I would hope, if I'm brutally honest with myself. And maybe I can make a little bit more spicy content, get a few of you that watch these videos that haven't subscribed to subscribe, and maybe those of you that have subscribed, if you can safely promote this channel, it would be something that you would consider doing. But there's a second reason for doing this. That little bit of speech was to give you the end goal of the channel, because the end goal really is 1,000 subscribers, and I will be as happy as a pig in shit. But I also want to be doing the live streams, but I can't suddenly flip and be able to do live streams. I don't have the skills to do that. I don't have the ability to do that. Which how did that one get me? So 1,850. All right, we're going to try and beat that score. I don't have the skills and the ability to be able to very easily do that, because there's a few things involved when doing this. So this is me practicing with the tools that I've got in front of me. The tools that the tools that I've got available to me to change games mid-flow, and these streams are all recorded in one go, so it's kind of like I'm doing a live stream already, because I do them in a single take. And I've got to be brutally honest that the hardest thing to get right on these streams when I do these is actually the intro. The amount of times I've re-recorded intros is absolutely huge. And if I can get these switching games right, if I can get swapping feeds, so we've gone from Mame that you saw at the beginning to introduce what the game looked like, to tickle your member berries, to show you what I remembered when I was playing this game for the first time, to the MiSTer FPGA. You could see the wonderful logo on the left hand side. I could probably get that shit. There we go, got you. So you're seeing me multitasking, and when we do live streams there will be much multitasking that's going on, many games. And I've noticed on this version, actually for the first time here, or at least I seem to recall, the enemy ships that go above, there's quite a lot of them. And if I recall, and we need to count, I want to count how many shots. So right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. No. Okay, so it's random. It's random on this game. I believe on the original, and you probably wonder why the blazes is he counting? We know how to count. He's not showing us anything new. And I seem to remember on the original Space Invaders, I could be wrong, but it was 16 shots that you did. And if you did 16 shots, there, that one appeared way too quickly. You would get the craft that flew above. Space Invaders is a brilliant fun game. We've done it once before on this channel, but we did the Space Invaders DX, the really messed up version from Taito they did, where they took everything that was known about Space Invaders, kept the title, and then made something out of it. It was a fun game to play. It wasn't the original Space Invaders. And I've noticed here that you're getting a lot of oh dear God, a lot of bullets flying as well. The aliens seem to be, pretty good at shit dumping their bullets on you. Look, I think you would only get 2 or 3 on the original Space Invaders, but here it's a little bit more busy. But this isn't an official version of the game. But I tell you this could have been the official version. This could have been a Space Invaders game. All they had to do was literally change the title, and you've got, as near as damn it, a licensed game. Maybe a couple of tweaks here, but it played so well. I'm probably a little bit better at this version than I am the original Space Invaders, but this played so well. If you want to play the original Space Invaders on a Spectrum. There's a new version of the Sinclair Spectrum that came out, the Spectrum Next. There's a couple of Kickstarters going around for it, one still in progress, one that's already been there. I believe that Jim Bagley, who's a great coder on that system, he has created a Sinclair Spectrum Mame type core, and I think this is one of the games, the original Space Invaders, that would run on it. But I say this is good, this is fun. 2,550. So those of you that are looking at this thinking, all he's doing, all the gentleman is doing, is shooting little Space Invaders as they go across the screen. We've seen it all. Just bear in mind that this is for memories. This is to tickle the dingleberries. This is to tickle the old memories of the past, and this really brings it back, and mixing in the original game that I saw in the cafe compared to what we see here, really works for me. Okay, let's get that ship there. Got you. So we're going to have a goal to try and get 5,000 points before we die, which is going to be very hard because we only have this last base left. But this is a fun game to show. We'll probably call it a day at the end of this video because there's only so many sheets of this that I can show and tell, and I've only had these two systems prepared. We could flip back to Mame just to do one more comparison with it, and we might do that, I don't know. But there's, as I say, only so many sheets of this that I can show. But I want to get 5,000 points, if humanly possible, by the end of this. The missiles are going to be what's going to get me though, because they're coming down really thick and fast. It's not too, and the bases are getting quite destroyed actually here as well. And I've just noticed, I've only just noticed that the bases are not clearing. You're not getting new bases when it carries over, so that might be one little difference I've never picked up on until now, which is going to make it a little bit harder. When you look at, damn it, oh, got you. When you look at that central base, oh, can we get that one as well? Well, if that's another 200, we are going to be well on our way to, oh no, 50, well on our way to 5,000 points. I think we can do it, and if we do it, we will call it a day there. Come on, we need to clear the red ones because I don't want them getting too low. I can't remember what happens on this version if they get too low. On the original one, they will destroy your base and wipe your base out for you, and when they land, you're effectively dead. Oh, come on, get you. Let's kill you two. Hopefully, oh, they're getting a little bit fast. Come on. So we got to score. We have to score 1,000 points on the last run. Can we do it? Oh, let's get that. Oh, I missed it. Right, this is where I'm juggling death because I really shouldn't be dicking about with that. Oh, it flashed out. I thought did it get me? Did I clear the sheet? Yes, I cleared the sheet. Oh, I thought it got me right at the last moment, and it was oh bollocks. Alright, okay, come busy. So there's a lot of frantic firing going on now because I have no time. I really have no time. I've got to clear as many of these columns as I can as I approach across. Come on. Oh, if only that had been 200. Okay, let's work on this side here. Oh, 410 to get my goal. 400 to get my goal. Oh dear, come on, be a 200. Oh, you missed. Oh, you shit. Okay, I can't go chasing that. I probably couldn't get to it now anyway, but I might be alright. Okay, 250 to go. I need to get that one. Can I get you? Yes, 100. So a couple more invaders dead, and I will be happy. And this will be a good conclusion to this video. I would have achieved what I want to do. Shown you an incredible game. Come on, one more. Yes, done it. Shown you an absolutely incredible game in terms of this is one of the first Sinclair Spectrum games that ever came out, and by far, look how quickly that ship came again. He wants me to do well. Does he want him to do well? Does he want the gentleman to do well? Oh, and he missed, and I missed him. Yeah, this is one of the first games that came out on the Sinclair Spectrum, but what's most important about it is it was a 16K game, and by coming out on the 16K, this was the first iteration of the Sinclair Spectrum, the rubber-keyed wonder that you saw, and it just showed how early it was. And to think that the Spectrum lasted many years, actually, there's still games coming out for it now, but in the in its, I would still consider it a live machine in some respects because of the work that people do. But in the version that came out before you stopped getting commercial titles, in terms of that you could buy in shops, that you could still get in shops. This game had a really good life, and nothing in its life came out, in my opinion, to better this version of Space Invaders. And look at this, I'm doing okay. If I said the goal was to get 6,000 points, I'd have probably absolutely just shit myself when I only had that single life left. It's getting a little bit busy. It is getting busy, I have to say. Let's get busy. Come kill a few of you. I might be able to do this wave, but look, they are moving quite fast now. Come on, gotta get the red ones, gotta get the red ones. Oh, there's tight butt cheeks there. There really was tight butt cheeks there. 50 points for there. Got you. Come on. Get the last one. No, I missed. Oh, I missed again. Damn it. Double damn it. Yes, there we go. 6,420. So, I'm 1,400 points better off than what I thought I was going to be, and I am pleased about that. Oh, and he got me. That was getting a little... Oh, I have another life. How did I not see I had another life? Okay, so let's kill a few more here. Oh, and he got me. So that was game over. That was absolutely game over. Well, I really have clammy, sweaty hands about doing that, but I've enjoyed doing that. So, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please do a like, share, subscribe. This Space Raiders was one of the best versions of Space Invaders that ever came out on the Sinclair Spectrum, and the original game, to show you what it was compared to this. As a child, when you compared them both together, I would have never used these words, but it would have been by the beard of God. This really is the shits, and this game was the shits. All of you stay safe, all of you take care, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.
Would you like to play again?